So first we're going to start with what is hub and spoke distribution for franchises, okay? So generally when you think about a hub and spoke, think of like a bicycle tire, right? There's the middle and then there's all the spokes to the side, right?
Yes.
Okay. So franchises work in a similar fashion where you have your branch, normally it's a head office, but it can also be a branch in an area, that's the main one. Okay? So they'll do all the communication with the suppliers and things like that, where the stores request the store gets the stock from the hub, from the main branch, this branch that you see here. Stock to the locations. Okay? The stores, the spokes, so when you're visualizing that, you see like a little store on the end of a spoke, okay? They do not order directly from the suppliers, but they receive the stock from the hub. Okay? And obviously that means that there's only one office that's working with suppliers and things, so there's more control. Okay, the same way that you guys as a technician is almost like a spoke for us as the hub in Lyt-Soft, right?
Yes.
As in when the stock goes to the actual client, you are the spoke.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You don't talk to the supplier to get stock.
No. Yeah.
You come to the hub, you get your stock and you go with it, right?
Yes.
So that's what we're talking about generally. Okay. So the suppliers delivers to the main warehouse, the hub. Okay. So like in this scenario, you're going to be doing GG Mondays. That's why I'm explaining this to you. So when you're doing GG, understand like where you are, that Munale branch is the hub. Okay. So that's generally the one that will receive raw goods and then make production things there, and they'll send the produced things to the stores. Yeah. The warehouse stores and manages the stock. So when we're setting like stock levels at the warehouse, we're looking at what is the reorder level for the warehouse. When does it need to know when to order stock again from the supplier? Okay. Stores, the spokes, request the stock based on the sales and minimum stock levels. Okay, so the stores will request stock from the hub, right?
Yes.
So the spokes request from the hub, and the hub will then send to them. Okay, and the hub will calculate how much stock they need based on how much stock the stores are requesting from them. Okay. The warehouse ships the stock, so don't be scared by the word ships. It just means transports the stock to the stores on demand. So warehouse holds a lot of stock. The stores hold very little stock, it just gets sent as they need it. Okay, so normally like in the type of environments we operate in, this will be a daily thing that's happening. Okay, so every day they'll be telling head office I need this, this and this. Okay, and head office will be sending to them. And then the store receives and sells the inventory and the cycle continues. Okay, so generally the warehouses sometimes do sell, okay, as well, so don't think that they don't sell. But mostly they are there to supply stock to the retail outlets. Okay, so just to explain to you why people do it, because maybe you guys are not that conversant yet in why people do certain things in business. It's cost saving because now you can all buy one set of stock. Okay, it's not like each stock gets seen individually as a purchaser from the supplier, and it's more efficient, meaning if one store all of a sudden starts to sell more, we are able to send that more stock to him. It's not as if it's already at another store.
Yes.
So it's more efficient that way, and we are able to easily just send the amount you need and not to overstock you and then stock gets rotten and stuff at your location. Faster, because now it's like this place just focuses on getting your stock full. So it's a lot quicker for them to distribute to you than if you are selling and then you're also having to manage like what stock is old and things like that at your store. Okay. Yeah, consistency across the location. So same product, same pricing. Generally, not to say that they'll always keep it at the same pricing, but definitely allows them a more of a central control. So you'll find like generally whoever does this hub and spoke also does the pricing centrally. They don't do the pricing at the branch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is always for franchises that we're talking about this. And simpler supply management. So what do they mean with that? Imagine now we allow everybody to be buying stock, right? Isaac's buying stock, everybody, right? Or every one of our technicians buying stock.
Yes.
Then at the end of the month, the supplier is going to come to us and say, pay.
Yes.
Now we're going to say, how much did you give Isaac? How much did you give you understand?
Yes. Okay.
So it's better, it's one person that is dealing with them, there's one account, and it's easier to track
Yes.
what we have bought, and then we know this is how much we received, and we send so much there, we send so much there, we send so much there.
Okay.
Okay. So real world examples, it's actually extremely common nowadays, this method of doing things. It's like seen as the best way to do it, especially it prevents stores. A lot of theft can happen at stores. If the store is directly dealing with the supplier, right, they can over-order, pretend to order more, and then maybe tell the supplier, don't deliver all of the goods to me.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So it avoids all of those issues, and it gives the head office a lot more control, right?
Yes.
So McDonald's is generally like the world standard on franchising. Whenever you look at franchising, you need to look at how McDonald's does it, because they are the ones who invented the whole thing.
Okay.
Like the way we understand franchising nowadays of central pricing, central production, and distributing finished goods to stop that whole thing. Okay, so generally globally when we look at how things should be run, right? Even when the restaurant's asking like about stock management and stuff, it's good if you understand how McDonald's does it, because that should be the same way that everybody would want to do it. Okay. So there's a book that I'll share with you guys that you need to actually read as well if you want to understand why we always force a certain type of mentality and why like this hub and spoke is the best way of doing it at the moment. Okay. They mentioned KFC here, but Chrilan uses exactly the same. ShopRite uses the same. Everybody, okay, ShopRite's a bit different because the stock is too plentiful to be holding it at one location. So what they do is they use other people, suppliers as their warehouse. But generally, if it's not an absolutely massive amount of stock, the store will have a warehouse and distribute from there. So Hungry Lion, I even know where their warehouse is. Everything comes to central warehouse and then they distribute from there. And then pharmacies also generally will do the same. But most industries, unless you are really huge where you go into a country and other people are willing to operate as your warehouse, right, which is generally not our customer base. We don't attempt those customers, right? So all our customers will be looking at this type of mentality, or at least should be guided towards this if they plan on franchising, right? Yes. That they receive your stock centrally and then send it to the stores. Okay. How this works in Lyt-Soft. So we're going to go through step by step how to make it work in Lyt-Soft, but just generally you'll have your main warehouse where all the inventory comes into. Okay. Then the stores will be sending every day out what stock they request, right, based on what their minimum levels are at the store, which I'm sure at the moment you are not even setting minimum levels, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they should be having minimum levels. Based on that, they should tell head office, or head office can even pull the data themselves. They don't even need to talk to the store. Okay. See, that is the minimum levels, and then they do a transfer to that store based on what is required. That's the correct way. This way that we do, like send a WhatsApp, it's not the right way. It's a good way to have your stock stolen at the end of the day.
Yes.
And yeah, if you do it that way, then the system will be able to monitor what stock needs to be replenished and what stock doesn't need to be replenished. Okay. So just to conclude, the actual model of hub and spoke is just a very efficient way for you to manage the stock, to manage your suppliers. It saves a lot of money and it saves a lot of headache and theft at the end of the day. And it greatly improves the control that the business has over the branches. Okay. Yes. Are you following along with what this is?
Yes.
Okay. You